How's it going? We're here today to talk about Kill City, Iggy Pop, James Williamson. Great song with a really cool riff. It's one of my favorite things to play. It's really, you really can lock in on this and it's fun. The main riff of this song is like this. Okay, but it actually doesn't start off with that. It actually starts off with the chorus riff, which is also a cool riff, and that goes like this. Although there's no singing when it starts off, it's just the chorus riff without the give it up vocals and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys the way I play that riff. If you watch video of James Williamson, he's up here on the 8th fret playing this F power chord. I'm assuming people know what a power chord is. There's a 2-string version and a 3-string version. Like you could play this riff, the chorus riff of this song, with just 2 strings if you wanted to. Like, it'd sound fine. It sounds a little better, I think, with the 3-string power chord version, which is root, 5th, and octave. Right? Starts off with the F. There's an F on the 8th fret of the A string. That's the root note of this chord. There's the 5th, 10th fret of the D string, and 10th fret of the G string is the octave. So it's like this. I actually play it a different way. I play it down here. It's the same chord. See? Same thing. But you don't have that long jump there, which is, it's tricky to get smooth to do this. Kind of a long reach there at the end. So what I do, I play the whole thing on the 3rd fret with this version of the F power chord. It's exactly the same, only on different strings. Anyway, so yeah, just F, C, and G, all power chords. There is, by the way, I think a very faint piano in there, which is really kind of hard to hear, but he's playing another version of an F. So you get that kind of, that major triad in there instead of just the power chord. And if you have 2 guitar players, one guy could do that. Anyway, to get back to the song, the main riff is this. Now, the way I generally play that is with a 3-string power chord. That's an A, starting with the A root on the 5th fret of the E string. And then the other 2 chords in this they're the other kind of power chord where the root is on top and the 5th is on the bottom. For example, here's a regular C power chord. You could play this riff like this. But I don't think that's the way James Williamson's playing it. I think he's doing like this, which is a little crisper and easier to play for that matter. But so instead of this power chord, C on the bottom, on the bottom and 5th G on the top. He's playing the C root right here on the 5th fret of the G string, and for the 5th he's doing this 5th, which is the G on the 5th fret of the D string. So it's like this. The D chord is also that form of a power chord. Now the way this riff, the verse riff is arranged is, I don't know, it's really cool to me. The bass player and that faint piano I was talking about, they play the full riff like this. Meanwhile, the guitar, James Williamson, he's kind of just hitting the high points. He's accenting certain parts of that riff like this. Yeah, I think that's really effective. It makes kind of a call and answer thing between the bass guitar and the guitar. And if you have two guitar players, one could play the full riff, you know. And the other guy could just do the. Okay. Oh, one other thing. There's a little lead lick. Goes at the first part of the verse before Iggy starts singing, and it's just very simple. Actually, live, you know, he's done it many ways. You can play anything you want there, but on the record, it's like this. It's just starting with an A, of course. This is 7th fret on the D string, that A. These are 2-string chords, fragments of a C and D. Like this one is the 5th fret on the G string. This one is the 5th fret on the B string. And then it moves up to this 7th fret. And sometimes he'll bend that, when you go to that D fragment, he'll bend that. It's a very common kind of thing to do. A lot of this lead stuff in this style of music, which is kind of like a pre-punk, maybe influenced by garage type bands like the Sonics and the Wailers and that sort of thing. There's a lot of Chuck Berry influence in the lead. A lot of stuff based around that the first position A pentatonic scale, let's say, which is this. Almost anything you play in that scale is going to sound good along with these chords. And I'm sure you know that scale, or if not, there's a million places to find that, the A pentatonic scale. The minor pentatonic scale, I should point out. So after the verse, there's a little bridge thing, which goes like this. Actually, it's pretty much what the bass player is doing is this. E, G, G sharp, A. Guitar, you want to play power chords, probably like. At least the E and the A will be power chords, and single notes for the G and the G sharp. At the end of that bridge, it kind of chugs on this G note for one bar, or its G power chord. Then right back into the verse. Right after the bridge, there's a slightly different version of the verse changes, in that there's two transition chords. So it's like this. Bridge. B flat, D. What the hell happened to my amp here?